Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. I'm Fresman, and today
That's a
we're
new one.
gonna continue on with some Hades. I know where these two come from. I think, but I'm just being really dumb about it because I can't remember. But doing a bow one this time. Bow. In that case, let's take the overflowing cup. I want to get poison on the go. I really want to get poison on the go and see if we do a run with that. So first of all, we have done everything with that. So we're going straight into doing a heat level 1 and beginning.
Do your worst, Father. Hello there, Dionysus.
But yeah,
I gotta hand it to you, Zach. You don't back down. You don't ever back down. What is this, like the 20th time that you've attempted to escape?
oh, that's really good straight away.
Let's liven things up.
But yeah, so this is gonna be like before my afternoon, which will be covered by all sorts of Dungeon Dragon session stuff. So which will be great fun. It's gonna be great fun.
Our family, why, I think we understand something of loss now, don't we, Zagreus? Unlike the mortals on the surface, always begging me for plenty. They'll get none. But as for you, I have a plethora to offer.
Interesting. Like that is so good, but I just got like a really decent drunken strike, and we'll just take the beam. We just take the beam. But yeah, it's been quite busy setting everything up, but I'm pretty much ready to go for the session this evening, or this afternoon. It's going to be a long one as well. We've got a lot planned out, enough to cover like
Numbskulls.
a stupid amount of sessions worth. So I am going to look forward to going through everything. Between that, now I'm just going to just try and do some bulk recording to make sure I've got
Where to?
everything kind of ready as such, and hopefully when this one goes up, this one might be a don't know, it might go up probably after I've done this stream, maybe. It's easier to execute. Or my special does 4 more shots. Hold special to charge up, but has reduced range. Perfect shot is better.
Covenant grows stronger.
But yeah. I mean, we'll see anyway. I mean, like, I was trying to get like a lot of stuff like set up just so I don't have to worry about it later, because
Nice.
it's just going to be
Fishies.
very busy.
Now, another hellfish.
Because I am a little distracted, so I want to make sure I get everything sorted. Plus, I had a bit of an emergency with my other job, so that was me kind of filling out for the weekend again. Nothing like drastic, but essentially because of stuff that I did, I had to kind of fix the other issues.
Lady Aphrodite.
I love to have these unexpected little run-ins with you, love. You are just so spontaneous, and I have a liking for that sort of thing.
Very nice. Resist some damage from nearby foe attacks. 15%. What is it with all these heroics on my attack? Like, this is ridiculous.
Let's break some hearts.
Like, I've had 2 heroics after getting an epic. Like, the luck seems great, but it's also terrible at the same time.
You're nothing.
Like, I'm kind of getting annoyed by it now, because, yeah. Do you want HP? We kind of do want HP, but some gold would be useful for the shop, so we can always get HP there with the gold. But yeah. It's just going to be a nice afternoon. Like, you play with friends, we all chill out, we have a laugh, we all joke, probably get a few drinks in.
You're not going anywhere.
Oh, this is trouble.
It's going to be more of a separated out kind of run for us, really. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And plus, got the bank holiday, so hopefully, yeah, I'm planning to stream on Monday, which for me might be an early morning stream, with then a bit of a break, and then probably then followed up by like a little bit of an afternoon, evening stream. So in total, I'll probably streaming for like 8 hours, but I'll probably do it like 2 4-hour slots.
Enough, I've better things to do.
Probably what there'll be is probably a bit of Hollow Knight, because I want to finish that off, you know, after I kind of stuck where I was.
Hit the spot.
Don't need keys right now, I need gems. Yeah, and then probably some other stuff as well. Don't know. I might do some like other random stuff instead. I don't know. Depends what I feel like. I might save Hollow Knight for later, or I might play that. But it's kind of that. Or I do want to actually start
Gemstones.
doing a bit of Dead Cells. I was never really good at that game, but I do want to play it, and I do want to actually get better at it. So I might do that on a bit of the stream as well. We'll see.
Pleasure doing business.
Hangover getting more damage is really good.
As my father's son of late.
Yeah, just take that. Don't need to heal, so there's no point. Let's move on.
Guessing Electo? Not quite.
May I help you with something, Zagreus?
Now that you mention it, you can, Meg. I was wondering, what was Father carrying on with you about back home?
Eavesdropping again. If you must know, my job performance is under review. Though I'm sure this job's about to go just fine.
I don't think so. But yeah.
Bastard. Hold it right there. I said die.
But yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to a lot of stuff, so.
Enough of this.
Which, there's a lot going on. But it's kind of like I got nothing really to do. I mean, we spent some time with the family and stuff. Got my brother going away for like a week, and parents going away as well, so.
I did it.
They're going to have a lot of great time. I'm just going to be kind of like chilling out at home. Do we keep that? No, we did have the frost. Let's keep the frost, because I know that she is about. No, I don't want to get rid of any of those boons. They're way too good. Restoring health is pointless. Oh, we'll keep going. We shall keep going.
Let's go up.
If I get like 2 boon upgrades or like 3 boon upgrades, then I can get some like good heroics. I'm about to get at least 1 heroic anyway.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Do we take the chaos boon? Actually, leveling up my poison could be a lot better. I got a 3 out of 4 chance to get it, so 75% chance is something I will take.
More to fight.
You know, I do love poison builds, and
There.
poison builds are always one of those things where I feel like every game doesn't do them justice.
All clear.
Hangover going to 9, yep. Let's keep going. Let's even do it again.
Steady now.
So what I mean by that is like poison builds are designed inherently essentially to put your opponent on a clock, right? Now, you either have like an issue with that. You either go the kind of classical kind of poison build that does like % damage of your opponent's max health, which eventually will kill them in a particular time frame. So whatever that time frame is. Now that time frame is either too short or too long. Yeah. It's so long that the game becomes completely pointless, at which point no one ever plays poison builds because the DPS output is so stupid and varied that essentially you could beat them up with just normal attacks. Yeah. Or
Gods grant me strength.
you go the whole kind of like, I guess we'll take a key here. You go whole fixed damage process. The problem with that is, again, is that doesn't scale very well. Meaning that if you get to harder and harder, kind of like, especially single player stuff, harder and harder boss fights, it doesn't scale as nicely unless you find ways to scale it to make sure it fits. But then, if you scale it wrong, it's not worth picking up. It's one of the reasons why I think Dionysus boons are actually probably one of the worst ones out there when it comes to Hades, because they just don't scale well. Like, early game, they can be great. And against particular boss fights, they are probably some of the best DPS output you can probably get. But just as dealing damage goes, not really. One of the reasons you can't stack it up infinitum without the other boon, and yeah, we'll take the boss fight here. I wanted the frost stuff because I can get like a duo boon with them, which would be something I'm kind of looking forward to.
Trouble.
But yeah, and like yeah, again you got the same problem. Either you make it too strong that it does way too much too quickly, and you make it too weak and it doesn't do anything, so no one picks it up in the first place. There's no happy medium. So here's a tip for any developer ever watching this. I think a great way to do poison.
Don't let it go to your head.
My dash shoots chill. Yeah, sure. The great way to do poison is you still keep the damage constant tick stuff, so there is some DPS output that is very consistent and stuff like that, and it, you know, the time frame lasts. But
What's your official business anyway, Your Royal Majesty? Seems like it's bringing you through Asphodel an awful lot lately.
Look, the truth is I am trying to get out of here. I've hit some stumbling blocks along the way, but I think I will make it there eventually.
Oh, really? Say no more. I know how that is. Hope the fates will look the other way for you. Getting out of here, huh? Not thought of that myself in I don't know how long.
upgrade next 3 boons. or level up all the boons in my thing, or maybe get. Let's try this.
Freshly made.
No, I didn't get the ones I wanted upgraded. But still, the cast doing that is pretty good.
Take care.
Careful, hon.
I had a like 2 and 4, like 50. It's a 50-50 that could have rolled. It's a bit more than that. It's more like 75%. I think is the percentage.
More info there, bombers?
But yeah, anyway, a great way to deal with poisons, keep the same DPS. You can make them as weak as you want, but providing that little DOT damage is on the opponent, you make them also susceptible to other things. Yeah? So essentially you turn a poisoner, or what you would normally think is like a DPS class, into a support DPS class. This goes for things like a poison rogue, or a poison assassin, poison archer, stuff like that. Where they can still give out like good DPS, but they sacrifice their physical DPS to inflict poison and debuffs.
It pleases me to know, young man, that you and Dionysus have been getting on so well. He could use a level-headed friend, and you could use my blessing.
Yeah. I don't think we've got a boon. Actually, no, we did get one boon that was like less than rare, but I got upgraded to a rare, so yeah. I guess I go shop here. I think I've gone through enough floors to go shop. Yeah, Dionysus, please. Harry inflicted on fire. Hangover inflicted foes inflicted on other foes. Yeah. That is absolutely worth it.
Delicious.
And back that up to 8, so it spreads a lot better. And let's face against the boss. You know, gotta spread the poison. Sharon's caring and all that.
Bone Hydra, you're back. How wonderful.
But yeah, I think that's a great way to do poison, is that kind of like go into the whole debuff aspect and just like, okay, as long as the poison's on you, I inflict this sort of debuff, and then like say once the stats get to another certain point, you know, you inflict other bits, or you can use that poison to inflict greater damage by sacrificing the poison, like essentially like a kind of like almost like a plague of sorts. It kind of means that, like, especially in like team play aspect, like a poisoner as such becomes a lot more better to use. Rather than it just being kind of like, oh yeah, I want to try and do as much damage as possible while being far away from opponents.
Back.
And then what you could also do is you can vary the class a little bit. So this is what I like about the whole poisoning aspect is, as they always used to say, is too much of a good thing can be bad for you. You know, whole kind of like medical aspect. If you feed someone too much of one thing, it actually becomes a negative. So why not just throw that in? You know, you have a poisoner class that can buff themselves, but they take periodically take damage from the poison and then basically the buff they inflict. That's such a good gaming mechanic and aspect, and of course you balance it by the amount of damage you're undertaking. So you can make some ridiculously broken combos with stuff like that. But the balance is it can't have a massive upkeep time, because a poisoner in their own aspect wouldn't be able to heal themselves. What you do is just don't let them heal themselves.
Good, no more heads. It's beautiful.
And you set kind of like those restrictions on it, so that when they're poisoned, they can't be healed. So it's like a very special poison on them in particular compared to everything else. Whether that's kind of like a good idea or not, I don't really know, but I think it is. Yeah, let's take that. Yeah, keep all of those because they're really good. I just saw all purples and was like, yeah, I guess I'm not throwing any of those away. I don't know. I mean, that's what I always kind of liked about, like if I was thinking like a poison build class, it's either like I either debuff my opponents to the point where I can like just consistently rack up damage and there's not much they can do about it, like slow their movement speed, decrease their defense, decrease their attack, all this sort of stuff, to the point where you essentially have an opponent that's just wasting away, that can't do anything. Dealing damage is kind of supplementary to that effect. Admittedly, you still want to deal damage because you are a support DPS in that aspect. Otherwise, you're just an alchemist. You're not kind of like a poisoner subclass, essentially. You are a class by yourself, which, can still be good. Yes, guess the chill beam is getting upgraded there. Weapon upgrade. I want something that gives me like rapid fire or stuff like that. That'd be great. But yeah, at least that's what I like about sort of like the DOT classes as such. They don't have to be just DOT, it's about having them do other stuff as well is really good.
That one's regenerating.
You're not. Do more damage to distant foes. I guess we'll take sniper shot at this point. Like, I'm dealing a lot of damage to foes far away. But then normally what ends up happening is, especially with like those sort of debuff classes, right? What really ends up happening is that someone will sit there and they'll be like, oh yeah, you know what, we got a mage class that can inflict burn, or we got another class that when they attack they inflict a freeze status, and like all these statuses are really good, but then they kind of like, they're better than the DOD the DOT class that is designed around dealing damage over time. You get what I mean? Because they just get a side benefit of doing burn damage, which then normally is like, oh, this does like 1% of the overall damage you dealt, which is then just massively more than what the actual thing is, because they basically get a side benefit at no cost. Yeah? Yeah, we'll go with this. It's going to be risky, but I'll do it.
Rematch then.
Cool.
You must take pleasure in having to fight against me, Short One. I too have come to look forward to it, even if I end up falling to your strength.
Oh, I was going to say I'd much prefer we settle this more amicably, couldn't we? Perhaps I could interest you in a fine bottle of nectar. Ambrosia, even.
No, thank you. These battles are enough. Besides, you won that ambrosia from us, fair and square.
But yeah. But yeah, I'm a massive fan of like debuff builds and stuff like that, where like the thought on it is like the 1,000 cuts build. Yeah? This is something that I've always wanted in a game for like a super long time. Yeah? It's just have a build that doesn't actually deal damage, but its whole object is just to deal like essentially like 100 cuts to an opponent, and the moment you succeed in doing that is the moment that you just win. It's something that requires more mechanical skill than it will do actual ability. Yeah?
I got him. Lady Demeter. From Olympus, I accept this message.
Ooh. Restore some health. Oh, but that decay damage, no. Extra healing is extra healing, and I kind of need it there after that fight. But yeah. But yeah. That's what I mean. I quite like builds like that kind of focus on dealing damage over time and debuffing your opponent, but they never actually then get like their own way of doing it, and it's almost like the countdown archetype from Yu-Gi-Oh! When that was a thing. That was brilliant. For those that don't know, I'm not sure if it's much of a thing anymore, but it was when I was playing it. And essentially, you had a card called Countdown, and if that remained on the turn during 20 standby phrases, so just so that we're all clarified on that, that is not turns, that is 20 standby phrases, you would win the duel. Yeah, just take that.
Always a pleasure, Charon.
And that. Do we take the darkness? Take the darkness here, I guess, and just have like a difficult room.
It's him.
Oh, nice.
Hello again. Remember, not a word of this to anyone. This ends now.
But yeah. So the wording on that was the thing that was the most important, right? Because what you could do essentially was, you know, create more standby phases to happen per turn, or skip turns and just increase the clock. And there was this brilliance around the fact that you didn't care about what your life total or what your opponent's was.
Not had enough yet.
All you cared about was getting to that 20 standby phrases to increase that clock counter. And the more you did it, the more fun it was, because it was one of those ones, almost like the Holding Zodiac combo, but this, in my opinion, required, I would say, a lot more.
You held your own out there.
Skill, I guess, and luck. Because this is a card that didn't have any protection, so it was quite easily... Yeah, we will take this fight because I want the gold.
Get your hands off my trophy.
It was quite easy something that could just be wiped out pretty quickly. So that's what a lot of people are doing, is just like have like trap or spell removal, and you were just kind of like, oh, okay, I guess I lose.
She is, Father.
I mean, there are a couple of archetypes in like different games that kind of work very similar to that, where it's just like, you know, I'm just passing turns until I get to my combo piece. But in this case, your combo piece is already set. You've just got to wait it out and then have resources to do that. It's kind of the things that I hate about Hearthstone is that those sort of resource pieces that you end up getting that normally are essentially game-winning ones to start off with, there is no counterplay to them. So you can't really just stop anyone from doing it. But, you know, say the card had to exist on the field from turn 1 just to get the buff, and they had to get to like turn 10 and protect it. Yeah, they get it on the, you know, say they get it on the board for free or something, and you have every opportunity to destroy it with removal or do whatever they want. Like, the whole design around it becomes a lot more interesting. There's a lot more counterplay, and I think that's the one thing I think Hearthstone ever suffered from, was counterplay to particular combos and stuff. Like, they just print one card and go, there you go, there's your counter, and it's like, it's not really what we're talking about. What we're talking about is the ability to stop that before it even gets to that point.
Don't spend it all in one place, mate.
Another heroic. This time on the special, though. We'll pick up that, try and get some other stuff done. Just take a random upgrade. Move on.
These two.
Why, look, Asterius, the fiend returns. The rumors that he fled to haunt the surface must have been mere lies.
Well, no, in this case, those rumors must have been quite accurate. It's just I'm back. Realized I didn't want a future for myself that didn't include crushing you repeatedly like this.
Oh, such clever excuse-making from one so versed in treachery. Well, if you are indeed contained within this realm, then we shall be delighted to make sure it always stays that way. Now,
Oh. Really? Like, that guy just used to really always go in my direction.
we owe everything to our audience. Lord Poseidon, I invoke your might.
Not ready to admit defeat yet.
That's kind of annoying. Do want to use one already, but
One down, one to go.
But yeah, I just wish like poison builds were a lot more entertaining. Like, even this one, like, all I'm doing is just stacking the poison up as much as I can. Even then, it's not really like I'm doing that much damage to the poison. It does rack up, but still.
I guess I win this round. Got them again, my shade.
It's kind of the problem with poison. It's like, what do you get more dopamine from?
You can just walk away from me.
I'd be kind of interested to what people's thoughts are on this as well, actually, because it is kind of an interesting topic when you really think about it. So a poison build can be made up in different ways. Keep that, because I want to keep that. Revenge damage is pointless. I don't really want that. You can continue without healing. Keep my gold.
One last stop.
But yeah, it'd be kind of interesting to hear people's thoughts on it. Is with a poison build or like a DOT build, what is more important? Is it more important for you to have consistent damage over the course of the period of applying the buff, or would you rather be able to stack the buff and have like a burst of damage once the stack has been completed? 'Cause that's the other way to do like status builds as such, is the fact that you slowly stack and build up those options until you eventually just like kill your opponent.
Come on up. Just a go.
And would you rather have like something be inflicted on the point of when you inflict the status, so like when you hit 10 stacks you do this, or would you rather have it kind of like, oh, I know, I'm now at 50 stacks, I'm at 55 stack, I know this kills my opponent, and just hit one button and suddenly they are dead. Like, what are people's thoughts on that? Because for me, I can kind of indifferent. You know, I get my dopamine rush from inflicting poison.
I'm sick.
You know, the whole thing of you're already dead and you don't even know it yet, kind of thing. Because this game kind of does both. So you've got the normal Hangover, which is your standard poison. Or you have the Doom, which is that sort of burst after a few seconds. Doom technically is more DPS, even with the delay, I think. Providing the fact that you are just going by one stack. But if you're not going by one stack, and you have ways to improve those stacks, then... But yeah, I mean, I'm always a person who likes my numbers to be consistent, and it is very annoying.
Dionysus.
Very annoying. Yeah, we'll do that because that heals me up. When I pick up a build and suddenly the boss is immune to my entire build. I am not a fan. Not a fan.
Unfortunate.
Without restoring. That's fine, actually. Because that's like 12 life once I take a Death Defiance, so it is actually worth doing that for 100. You can see now, like, the poison becomes really annoying because I'm not doing enough DPS to actually warrant using poison anymore. Like, early game it was great. I could just, like, hit an opponent and the one poison would eventually kill them. Now my own attacks actually do more damage, so I might as well just buff my attacks. This is why I think Dionysus is a little bit underwhelming.
Already. Olympus, I accept this message.
That is great.
Goes down smooth.
My cast now fires for longer and inflicts chill. I can take both. We'll take both. Longer of that? Nah, just buff that straight up. Take the extra health. And let's go.
Prince Zagreus once more offers to Cerberus one of his favorite sacks.
It does sort of watch his weight.
See you, boy.
Let's go face Hades again. But yeah, I'm interested in what people's like thoughts of like DOT build should be, because I don't think I've actually ever come across a game that I've enjoyed the way they do damage over time.
Haven't you had enough?
So, boy, did you ask her about how she came to join me in the underworld? Did you confirm all your suspicions then?
You didn't drag her down to hell yourself, apparently. You're not going to tell me who did, though I can well imagine. Your brothers got to reign forever on Olympus while you got sent down into the underworld. So they gave you a consolation prize, didn't they?
You make such accusations knowing next to nothing. Careless as ever. Poseidon had nothing to do with it. He knows even less than you. If you value her existence or your own, it would be wise to keep it that way, and to turn back.
But yeah, so like here's a good example of the bit I was talking about, like, oh yeah, he just goes invisible and suddenly my DOT does nothing for like a few seconds, and he comes back without that DOT on him. Sounds extremely fair. You know? But yeah.
Darkness.
He's doing it so much, it's so ridiculous.
Beware, boy.
Oh, really?
Darkness.
But yeah. DOT builds are kind of my jam, and I like them a lot. I just wish they were a bit more fair on how they deal the damage. You know, just because I would like to be able to enjoy the benefits that would be damage over time.
Useless. Darkness.
Especially in this game, you don't need any more than like one DOT effect. So the other boon that I got, which increases, not increases my damage, but will spread Hangover to other opponents, is kind of like, well, that's kind of pointless, isn't it?
Darkness. You.
That's kind of annoying.
Like that?
Enough.
See, this one now will go down quicker because my DOT can't be removed.
Enough of you.
Okay, I don't know when it cut out, but I know I had a bit of a crash, so it's still kind of a boss fight, and hopefully I kind of caught back to where it was before it crashed, but let's see. Anyway, let's just continue this fight. I forgot where I was because, like, I had just a massive crash, and, well, not like a crash, but like my recording software crashed, and you know. Lucky my laptop is kind enough to tell me when stuff like this happens, you know.
You wish to anger me.
But yeah. This is kind of what I meant by the DOT stuff. Like, I actually get more damage from putting these crystals in the way instead from my cast. They probably do actually from my poison, even though it's kind of like the one thing that I'm actually using to kill everything off. It is a lot of damage, to be honest. Like, it does add up. But yeah. It's the fun about poison builds. As long as I can't get rid of the poison, you're normally quite good.
Blast you, boy. You think you are superior to me? You are a fool. Good riddance.
There.
There we go.
That was quick.
Our poison arrow did exactly what we wanted it to.
Blood.
Nice. We're ramping up the heat. But yeah, it's one thing that I always got annoyed when, especially when I'm playing Dark Souls, I love playing like poison builds, burn builds, stuff like that, and then just knowing that an opponent is just completely immune to all your damage is just kind of really annoying. I get the whole point of why they put it in Dark Souls, because Dark Souls is
To see
just
this
difficult
each day.
anyway. But and MMOs do it because you're meant to have diversified damn DPS anyway. But resistant, and highly resistant, is what I prefer
It's only
rather
me.
than just immune.
Zagreus, it's wonderful to see you, but I need to ask something of you. That you not visit me again here in this place. Both for your safety and for mine.
For what? Because of what would happen if the Olympians found out? So, after everything, you're taking Father's side in all of this?
I am. Your father is no fool when it comes to matters such as this. Besides, all that has happened, it's my fault. I was selfish. And now both sides of our family threaten to be torn apart.
Your fault. So let's say you never left Olympus. Then it'd be just like you thought until quite recently, I think. That I'd never existed. Besides, they haven't found out any of this. What makes you so sure they will all of a sudden?
Nyx may be veiling you from them as she veiled me when I fled here myself. But even her own powers aren't infallible. Each time you visit me, you are incurring risk. One small slip, and they shall find me. Discover your deception. Go home, Zagreus. Please.
Go home with me, Mother. You came here under false pretenses. I haven't fought all this way over and over again only to turn back now. I need you in my life. How can you just turn me away like this?
Oh, Zagreus. I cannot return. After all that happened between Hades and me, and everyone, I just cannot fathom the idea. Besides, the risks we're taking would be even greater if Olympus were to find me there with him and you.
Then, you're just going to stay here, alone in the middle of nowhere, in this little garden, forever, after we part ways, just like that.
My son, I know you've made hard choices and sacrifices to be here with me. And I'm forever grateful to have finally met you. This is my home now, yes. While your home is below. Please, if not for your sake, then for mine, do not return. I love you, Zagreus. Goodbye.
Mother, blast.
Goodbye.
I'm not going to ruin a heart touch reunion and all that sort of moment, but
Can't do this to me.
if people would just explain themselves, things would go a lot better.
Hey, you look like you could use some. Oh, wow.
I'm glad I died as well, Hypnos. I'm glad I died as well. Wonder what jobs the house contractor has available. Something the matter there, Father? You seem a little quieter than usual. Dare I say, even a little somber and remorseful for some reason?
Silence, boy. Better yet, why don't you get out of my sight? I've more important things to do now than indulge your boastfulness. We'll have to catch up at some other place and time.
Until such place and time, then. There's a good boy. Thought you'd like that.
Cerberus is overjoyed to have received such a delicious treat.
Cerberus is best boy.
Must have missed Achilles.
What, really? Come on, what is this, Zagreus? You think handing this to me makes up for everything you've put us through?
It's just something I found out there that I thought you might like, Than. Don't think anything of it. Thanatos, the world outside, didn't you say that it would make you sick being out there for very long at all? I understand now what you meant by that. Beautiful place and all, but it's good to be back.
See what I mean now, Zag? Nice place to visit on occasion, sure. But I definitely wouldn't want to live there.
Couldn't if I tried.
decided I should give this singing thing another shot for now, my friend. I hope you like it.
You sing beautifully, mate. If only Eurydice could hear you singing this right now.
Oh, thanks for the sentiment, my friend. It's just, when I sing this song of hers, I've this feeling where my heart once was that, well, perhaps she can.
Perhaps she can.
What can we upgrade now? Let's see. Claiming that gives me gold, which is actually pretty good, and I probably should just take that while I can, because I would like to gain more gold for selling. But rerolls with keys. I'm not really collecting keys at the moment. And level ups from Nectar. We were going to Nectar anyway, but gemstones.
This one, contractor. Not to make the underworld a better place, I think.
Now, I could buy stuff with all the stuff that I have, but like, I think I'm kind of waiting for one particular thing, aren't we? Yeah.
Zagreus, what is the matter, child? I sense your distress, not the specific cause.
Mother doesn't want to see me again. I mean, she asked me not to return. Thinks the risk is too great.
Oh, that is a fair enough assessment. What shall you do?
I'm going back.
Good. Your kindness toward me is unnecessary, child. You know I have no expectation of such gifts from you or anyone.
I think of you always, Nyx. You raised me as your own, and I'm grateful for it.
You're serious? You're really giving that to me? I mean, I'll take it off your hands if that is really what you want.
It's really what I want. And I sincerely hope we can move past our differences. Not that turning in this contraband has anything to do with that. So, about Tisiphone, is, everything alright with her? Talk of murder all the time and all.
Tisiphone is charged with punishing the worst that mortals have to offer. More than charged. Her work is everything to her.
No time for family or recreation, then, I take it. Pity what happens to those overly obsessed with work.
I get what you're insinuating, Zagreus. I'm nothing like her. Not even close. And don't you dare compare the two of us again.
Pointing it out.
Sorted the cutlery, wiped the counters, replaced the candles, did the dishes, swept the floor, inspected the barrels. Let's see, what else? Oh, the prince! It's you!
It's me. Dusa, I'm impressed you're able to manage this whole lounge all by yourself. How do you do...
Secret? I'm 2 weeks behind schedule with this place, at least. Unfortunately, no one here seems very good at keeping time, so no one's gotten on my case just yet, but... Oh, you aren't gonna tell, are you?
Of course not. What's behind schedule, though? This place doesn't seem any worse for wear than usual.
Well, that's just it. Miss Nyx, she tasked me with a pretty big project a while back to make this place worthy of the name, which means there's so much left to do. I need to get everything ready. Please excuse me, Prince.
Oh, bless
Isn't
Dusa.
there something I can do to help? Some water-dwelling beast for you, good chef. Fair market value.
No, we don't need to get anything else just yet. Not yet. I swear they nailed songs to go for this. It's just brilliant.
Scratch one off the fated list. Lady Demeter seems to have
Yeah,
taken a
Hurch
shine
to
to me.
sing. We got an achievement for that. There we go. Employ the house contract to help renovate the lounge.
All set.
We can have a look and think about that one as well.
Oh, you being serious here, pal? You brought that all this way for little old me? That's real nice of you.
You're not so bad yourself, mate. Thanks for always being here for me to savagely attack without a second thought.
Pal, thanks again for that nectar bottle from before. Stuff just goes right through me like you won't believe. Though I hope you're not going around giving that stuff away to every bozo you know.
What, Skelly? You worry something bad is going to happen if I express a bit of generosity from time to time through our somewhat illicit gift-giving custom around here?
No, I'm worried you'll be wasting your time. If you give that stuff away, don't expect to get anything back. Well, not after the first time, anyway. Usually. I'm just saying, don't get your hopes up.
Maybe I just want to show thanks to my friends for its own sake.
Sure.
Oh, looks like a sword run for the next one we'll be going with.
I won't back down. Not now or ever.
But yeah, again, if you do enjoy these videos, do leave a like, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.